Imagine being a fucking comic book nerd and knowing comic booky nerd shit. I wouldn't relate. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Cage. Today, and only today, we are going to be reviewing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the latest Nintendo Switch exclusive, right after Mario Maker and a week before Fire Emblem Three Houses. Holy shit, guys, we're so close. It's like tomorrow night, basically. I'm so excited. But today we're here to talk about Ultimate Alliance 3. I've beaten the main story. I've done a bunch of the side content. I've played single player. I've played online. I've used the upgrade system. I know my shit. I'm ready to fairly assess this game and review it. So, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, for those of you that don't know, is the long-awaited sequel to the old-school Ultimate Alliance games that were like, these games were like Wii, GameCube, PS2 era games, and they were just really fun beat-em-ups where you play a bunch of Marvel characters. But what's interesting is, back then when those games came out, no one knew or cared about half the cast in there, right? Like, people liked, obviously, Spider-Man or Fantastic Four and like Ghost Rider, right? Because they were like relevant. But nowadays, like you play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 and like everyone loves the Guardians in there, or fucking Captain Marvel, or Rocket Raccoon, or Deadpool. I mean, everyone loved Deadpool before, or like weird characters like Inhumans, or Miles Morales, or Spider-Gwen. It's like we are in such a different place now than we were 10, 15 years ago with superhero characters, that like now an Ultimate Alliance game makes more sense than ever, because even when you have the villain like Thanos, it's like that makes so much sense, because back then people would have been like, who the hell is this guy? Back then if you made the main villain fucking, Jesus Christ, if you made the main villain like fucking Green Goblin, people would have been happy. So to see just how far we've come is just amazing. And basically it's a beat 'em up game. You are beating the shit out of a bunch of random enemies from different eras. You're going to different areas from the Marvel universe. You're going to like Wakanda. You're going to nowhere from Guardians. You're going to a bunch of places. I don't want to spoil everything. You go to Avengers Tower. That's really cool. And you fight a bunch of the villains from throughout, right? Like you will fight Ultron, you will fight Mysterio, you will fight up more. Again, I don't want to spoil much, but those are the ideas, right? Basically, it's broken into 10 chapters. Each chapter has you go through an area, fighting a bunch of enemies, solving some very light puzzles, and then fighting a boss. And the game, guys, is just so damn fun. This game actually really surprised me, because I thought this game would go in two directions. I thought it would really either be really bad, like it could have just been bleh, or it would be really, really good. And I'm so happy to report that it goes into like really great. Like I had a great time playing this, and I also think it's thanks to my experience with the game, which I was able to play with 3 of my friends online throughout the whole entire game, and it was wonderful. Like I gotta say, like the amount of laughs we had, all the cool attacks we pulled off together, because you have these ultimate moves you can pull when you build up enough meter, all the like crazy fun moments. The story of the game is like really fun too. Like they do fun things with the characters. They don't like go too much out of their comfort zone with the story stuff. Like, it is mainly like these are the MCU style characters, and it's kind of an MCU style story where they're gathering the Infinity Stones, but they do cool like unique boss fight twists, and the ending actually in a hilarious way blew my mind of like, oh, we're doing that, and it was just really cool. But it's just, yeah, the weird things they do with the story and this stuff. It's like, and again, the story is cool, but it's not like holy shit, but it's like, it's a fun story. Like, it's like you watch the cutscenes and like you can't help but smile and be a little happy because you're just seeing your characters, and the cutscenes look really great. Like the game's got a very nice art style, and I'm very happy to say frame rate and everything is very fine, very consistent. It only dips when you do it. This is a weird one, right? The only time the frame rate really dips is when you do like a big ultimate attack with your entire team. But in some ways it's actually kind of satisfying, because you feel like you did that. Like you feel like you are causing so much damage that the game can't even handle it. So it's a fucked up way of seeing it. So overall gameplay is just super fun. Basically each character has their basic attacks, like their regular Y attacks, and then one strong attack, that's X. You can also press R to use one of 4 abilities that you unlock from leveling up, and basically these abilities are like the character unique ones of like, if you're Spider-Man, you'll shoot like a giant ball of web, or if you're fucking the Wasp, you summon a fidget spinner for some fucking reason. Someone built that, I guess, 2 years ago. And it's just like the amount of fun things you can do. I love this girl called Elsa Soulstone. No, Elsa something Stone. I don't know what the fuck her name is, but she's a fucking badass. And basically, she's got like 2 shotguns, and she does like these shotgun flips and like blasts. It's like the amount of cool moves you have is really awesome, and it's something I've always loved about these style of games, right? Where when you only have one character, when you used to play like the old Spider-Man games and they were this style of gameplay, it could get really quick and repetitively boring. Whereas because you have a roster of characters, it keeps things fresh and alive, right? It's the same reason I love Hyrule Warriors, where if I'm ever bored of one character, I've got like 20 other to play. And even though the basic gameplay is the same, it's the fundamental ways the attacks are shown, how they look and stuff that really make you feel cool and unique every time. So I really love that stuff. But another thing that's so cool and satisfying about the game is the amount of systems in place, right? And at first, I kind of thought it was overwhelming, but as I played it, I kind of just understood it, and it made it even better and more satisfying. So first of all, your characters can level up a shit ton. I mean, I've got my highest characters like level 52, so I think maybe the cap is 90, I'm not sure. So you've got a great leveling system. Beneath that, you have the upgrading your specific character attacks, right? So when your character gets to level 20, he unlocks all 4 of the moves, and not only that, you can upgrade those 4 moves. So you have that system. And then you have a sphere grid system, which is like a global system that applies to all your characters, which is like upgrading strength and vitality and speed and all this nerdy shit. It's like, there's so many upgrades you can have in that tree to keep you playing for a long time. So you have that system. Then you have a system called ISO 8, which is a horribly fucking stupid name, which is basically like character specific, character upgrades, like you can give a specific character 10% upgrade or 1000% strength, and it's like that's kind of a crafting system you have within that. And then I think that's mainly it. You also have XP cubes you can collect in levels to put in there. So those are like all the systems that level up your character. It's just like so fucking satisfying because you genuinely feel the moments where you are doing crazy damage and it feels so fucking good. So you got that. Another thing, so again, story is about, I'd say 7-8 hours long. I mean, it depends who you're playing with and what difficulty you're on, but it's about 7 to 8 hours long, I'd say. And I think what's really cool about them is they have these things called Infinity Trials that are in the game too, which are basically portals you go to, kind of like in Bayonetta or other games where they make you do these challenges of like, okay, beat 30 enemies, but if you beat 50 or more, you get like 3 stars and you can S-rank the mission. So it's like, there's a ranking system, there's a 3-star system. You can do missions like it'll be like, do this much amount of damage or beat this boss in under 2 minutes. So it's like, they've got a wide variety of these challenges and they're super fun to do alone or with friends. I do really recommend playing with friends. I feel like that is the best way to play this game because you clean house, you do a shit ton more damage because like you're not dealing with dumb computers, which when I played alone I did feel that there's like some stupid AI moments. But again, the benefit of playing alone is you can switch between 4 characters pretty quickly, whereas in 4-player co-op you are tethered to like the one character you're playing at for the mission. But there are enough save points throughout a mission where you can switch out to whichever character you want. So yeah, I mean, dude, I really love this game. It's like, if you heard everything I'm talking about, just I love the nerdy systems. I just love the gameplay. It's just so fun and it stays refreshing because I can switch around characters. And even, honestly, even the ones I don't switch around too much, I'm just having a ton of fun playing. The story is super fun. It's just like the feeling of getting to play as these Marvel characters we've loved for a while now, and just in a modern light, it just feels so good. And to have it on the Switch feels great. I played a bit on handheld mode. It's not the best on handheld mode. Like, you can tell it's not too optimized for it. It's fun, but like it's a little like janky. But on the TV, it looks great. It looks crisp, and it's just, I really love the game. It's just so fun, and I definitely, my recommendation would be, this game will probably price drop in a few months from now during the holiday season. I feel like you can get it then. If you are a super Marvel nerd, just get it. Like, I'd say just buy the game. You'll have a ton of fun. But I feel like if you are just like if you're on the fence, it's not like you need this now. It's like you can wait for this to be like 30 or 40 bucks at your local fucking video game store, Amazon or some shit. But it's like, if you really want like a fun beat 'em up and you love Marvel, I highly recommend it because it's just a shit ton of fun. Or if you want a game to play with your friends, a shit ton of fun. And it's like you have a ton of content and everything. So I really love this game. It's so good. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Make sure to check out the Gamescage podcast. Make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/Gamescage. Make sure to follow me on Twitter @MTLSane and subscribe for more of this shit. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out. Love you. And stay Marvel, whatever, some fucking dumb tagline.